My name is Jens Wide and I make music for video games. I made this battle theme inspired by Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga, and I want to show how I made it. We will look at the song idea I had for this, the instruments I used, what the instruments play, and finally we will listen to the full song. Let's listen to the song a little bit first so you get an idea of how it sounds like. It sounds sort of like that. So this song idea was inspired by Hunting from Digital Devil Saga 1. I like its sort of harsh feeling. It feels ruthless, like you're in a ruthless world where you eat each other. I mean, in the sense of Digital Devil Saga, that's literal, but also metaphorically. My song was also inspired by Epic Battle from Digital Devil Saga 2, which is faster, like my song is. So those were the inspirations. Let's look at the instruments I used, and let's start with the electric guitars, because there are many of them. So these rhythm guitars, the background instruments of the song, sound pretty heavy and gritty. That's because they have a fair bit of distortion on them, and distortion is what makes them sound like that. The lead guitar has a slightly different sound, but it's also very distorted. The lead guitar also has a chorus effect on it, which makes it sound wide and big. Then the drums are acoustic drums, meaning they are drums sampled from a real drum set. Meaning they are not electronic drums from a synth drum machine. So I actually have organ in this song too, and while battle themes in Digital Devil Saga don't always have organ, some do. Organ is a pretty common instrument in the Megami Tensei series as a whole, so I thought it was fun to use it. Rock with organ always makes me think of the band Deep Purple, that classic rock band. There is this synth playing some chords during the chorus just to make it feel a bit fatter. Very subtle, just in the background. Then there is this synth that sounds like wow, 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 playing during the bridge. And what makes it sound like wow, wow, wow is a filter that moves up and down. The filter will make it sound darker and brighter, and if you move the filter around, it will go from bright to dark, and vice versa. Finally, the bass is a simple electric bass guitar playing a simple bass line that follows the electric guitars, with some variations here and there. Okay, so those were the instruments I used. Let's look at what they play. the composition of the song. So this song has guitar riffs, and the riff is a short, repeating guitar part that only uses a few different notes or chords. The chord progression is also Phrygian, and that just means it goes from the root note to one note higher. Hear that? Sounds a bit Middle Eastern perhaps, and it's also very heavy metal to do that. My song also uses tritonus here and there, which is a note that from the root note sounds pretty dissonant, pretty harsh. You hear those notes like it sounds kind of dissonant and evil, and that's what the song Hunting from Digital Devil Saga does as well. It goes like always hammering in that. Here it goes. It's pretty harsh, pretty ruthless. The guitar melodies in the battle themes of Digital Devil Saga are more singing. They sound like something you could sing along to. That's in contrast to the jazzy guitar melodies in the jazzy songs, which are not so much. And in my opinion, what makes a singing guitar melody is that it plays many long notes in a row. And that it often plays the root note. So if the song is in, let's say, B minor, the guitar melody will play B often. In my case, my guitar melody starts on the root note and ends on the root note, which makes it feel strong and sort of singing. The guitar melody in Hunting is singing, even though it sounds pretty dissonant. But it has many long notes, and it does play the root note often. My song took a little bit of inspiration from the version of Hunting from Digital Devil Saga 2 as well, because my song actually stays on mostly one chord until the chorus section, where it lets loose and plays different chords. So it's a lot of tension built up for a big release in the chorus. And like I said, the version of Hunting from Digital Devil Saga 2 does this as well. Stays on this riff. Until the chorus. So yes, those were the instruments in my song, the inspirations behind it, and what the instruments play. Let's listen to the full song now. Here is Devour from Goddess Digital.